Hello, I'm the Ski, and welcome to my Pokémon Shield Nuzlocke video series. First of all, I just want to go over the rules that we're going to be playing with. So first, if a Pokémon faints, it must be released. Standard Nuzlocke rules: anytime a Pokémon faints for any reason, it gets released and we can never use it again. Secondly, I can only catch the first encounter in an area, and I can't choose encounters. That means with the overworld Pokemon, I'll be closing my eyes and running in circles in the long grass to see which Pokemon I get randomly. 3. The starter must be released as soon as possible, so whatever we pick, we will only have until we capture our Pokemon on Route 1. 4. No items in trainer battles, at all. 5. Can only use found or gifted items. This means I won't be able to buy things in the Pokemon Center, I will not be able to use Watts, and I can't buy things from any of the traders that you meet throughout the game, or people that will hand you something in exchange for Watts in the wild area. And 6. Fair fights in the gym challenge. This means I will not be over-leveling the gym leaders, I'll be using the same number of Pokemon that the gym leaders are going to be using, and everything is going to be based on fighting as if I was using the same rule set that they're having to use. Hopefully as it goes along we'll have some interesting storylines with our Pokemon, and it's enjoyable for you to watch. Okay, let's get into it. So here we have our first view of the game itself. This is the town of Postwick. Interestingly, Postwick, real place on the eastern outskirts of Norwich in East Anglia. Pronounced Postwick, not Postwick, as a lot of people have been saying. Lived in Norwich for quite a while, they're very insistent on it being Postwick. So we see the inside of this house, which, I mean, this living room appears to be 2 or 3 times the size of the average British living room, but that's good. Galar region being analogous to Britain in general, but as you see here, sitting on our nice green sofa, waiting for Hop to come and talk to us about the Champions exhibition match that we were just watching. Now we know that Leon is a Charizard user, so we can use that later on when we come to challenge him. We learned that Hop is Leon's brother, so he's got a reason to want to beat him, so we're getting some of the story in nice and early. We also get to see the obligatory Pokémon. We now move towards picking up the bag and putting on our hat, as instructed by Hop, because we should always do what Hop says, apparently, and head out to the world. Again, we get a nice view of our house, lots of ivy on the outside, clearly quite an old property, which is quite nice. And we see Hop waving to us, because we'll be seeing Hop a lot over the next few minutes of the game. We head down towards Hop, and again we start seeing a bit more of the plot happening. Hop starts telling us a bit more about his brother. He's clearly in awe of his brother, worships him like a superhero. But we see this Wooloo tackling a gate. I wonder if that foreshadows that we'll be going through that gate at some point. So, scary Pokemon living in the Slumbering Weald. We can all see where this plot is going, but you know what? We don't want an unpredictable plot in a Pokemon game. We want to be able to move through, seeing all the predictable beats and enjoying ourselves every step of the way. So we wander on into Hop's house, see what's happening there. Hop obviously still very excited to see Leon. Leon is the superstar of the Galar region apparently. And we learn that Hop is impatient. And I think this is going to be quite important throughout the game. I say I think. I've played through this before. You've all played through it before. Still, Hop being quite impatient, it sort of explains a lot of what's going to happen in the storyline. I'm going to speak to Hop's mum because, you know, she's let us into her house. But we wander down to the station and we see Champion Leon. comes in and does his famous Charizard pose that Hop mentioned earlier. Aeron is waving at him, and again it gets across to us quite nicely that Leon is the man of this region. But we've wandered back, and Leon has brought us a present, and that's Pokemon. And you can see that closing my eyes and swirling round is not conducive to picking Pokemon in a row. Eventually we end up with Sobble. You'd think that because our starter is not going to be used, that wouldn't be as useful to us to know. But because it influences what Hop and Leon have, it actually changes the game quite considerably for us. Hop chooses the starter weaker to us, which is very much like the previous rival we had in Sun and Moon. Although I've always preferred the rival to have the type advantage. With this game, the twist is, of course, that Leon is going to end up with the stronger type. So if we were playing with our starter, what's usually the stronger Pokemon in the party, the starter that's been with you the whole time, it's weak to one of Leon's most potent Pokemon. So we know that we're going to have that team balance built in, which I quite like in the storyline. However, we're getting to the point that all Pokemon games have right at the beginning, where you get your first battle against the rival. This one's interesting because Hop, as we know, has two Pokemon, Wooloo and Scorbunny. So there's Hop, ready to throw out his Wooloo. Wooloo, one of the newer Pokemon, came in this generation. I'm a big fan of Wooloo. Big round sheep thing, absolutely. So we're going to use not my starter, which is what I named my starter, because he's not going to be our starter for long. Uses Pound. Wooloo tackles back. Oh my goodness, I said he. Not my starter is a she. Terribly sorry, not my starter. Not my starter again, pounds again. Wooloo tackles again. It's, I know. Close fought battle. But unfortunately for me, I'm looking at the hit points on Not My Starter, and I was thinking, going down to half hit points, probably not great when I still have another Pokemon to go. But there's enough XP from the fight for a level up. The level up learns Water Gun, almost as if this is some sort of scripted event. So Water Gun being strong against fire types, and Scorbunny being a fire type, definitely helps us out. So one use of Water Gun, scripted crit, one hit KO, gets us through the battle. So we do survive. Ready to continue our Nuzlocke challenge by following on the plot. Still a lot of interruptions, so there'll be a lot more edits as we go, but at least we're now on the way. So as predicted, there's a big crash. We rush off to investigate and discover that, oh no, the gate's open and that Wooloo has tackled its way through. Shock, horror, gasp, and all those other things that we say. We have the choice. We can go and tell someone sensible like an adult or the Pokemon champion who could help us out, or we could rush in to save it. Well, we know that Hop's impatient, and you know what? Why not? Hop's my best mate, I'll follow him in no matter what. So we have to do what's needed. Are we ready for anything? Yes, we are. So we rush in. And there's the Slumbering Weald. Foggy, large trees overlooking us. The ground barely sees sunlight. That's the Slumbering Weald. But I don't see a Wooloo. So we better wander through. As we go, there's a few scripted fights. You don't need to see those. And then we rush forward into the fog as we hear a noise. And it gets spookier and spookier as we go. As the mist rolls in, we realise that we don't know where we are. Can't remember which way we came. And then, from the mists, comes the legendary from the box art. I rather like this part of the story. Meet the legendary early, have a strange experience. I mean, for a Nuzlocke, it could be a bit terrifying if you haven't played the game through. There you go, there's the box legendary. Fight it with your level 7 starter Pokemon. But we can give it a go. The water gun has no effect on it. Okay, maybe it's immune to water? Well, may as well try again. I mean, its water gun is my most powerful attack. It's got stab. We can deal with this. But again, no effect. And as the mist rolls out, Hop, who has not put out Wooloo or Scorbunny, begins to notice that we can't see each other. Water gun again. Try and stop this Pokemon from doing anything to us. But there's a big roar. The mist rolls out. And we faint. Technically, this could count as the end of a Nuzlocke run, as all of our Pokemon and us have fainted. But I'm getting the feeling that maybe scripted events don't count. So we come to, bleary-eyed, looking around the still dark forest, as thankfully, Lee has come to save us. Again, another recurring plot point, starting early, that Lee will deal with, the adult things, but we should have gone to an adult about, to be honest. But yes, Lee comes and he tells us all about what's happened, how he found us, and that it's mentioned again that he always gets lost. It's good to know, but at this point he found us, which is what we want, and Charizard is looking after the Wooloo. All things are going well. But we saw a mad Pokemon, and it's about time we told Leon about it, and he can help us out. Leon gives us a bit more plot information, as, he hears there's a mad Pokemon, and then moves past right through it, that there are fearsome Pokemon living there, and maybe we found one of them, and maybe we'll be strong enough one day to catch those Pokemon. That would be great. Thank you very much for watching this video. I realise that it's primarily been cinematics. Unfortunately, Pokémon Shield has a lot of early cinematics. Next episode, we'll be able to get through a bit more of the gameplay. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I've been The Ski, thank you very much.